Chapter 1 is entitled The What and the Why of Budgeting. On this chapter and all preceding chapters, I will be giving some commentary, but I will not go into great detail, and I will just highlight key points. Now, budgeting helps the firm accomplish its goal. Any firm, for-profit company, non-profit company, regardless of the company, the goal of the firm is always the same. And that goal is to create shareholder value. Now, depending on the firm, the shareholder will change. So if you're talking about Coca-Cola, then you're talking about stockholders. If you're talking about the Boys and Girls Club, then of course you may be talking about the children. You're talking about the parents. You're talking about the community that benefits from that service. In every company, the employees that work there have a huge stake in the company, and those are shareholders. So the goal of any firm is to create value. That value is often tangible, but a lot of times it's intangible. So now, what's a budget? The budget, as we saw, helps an organization accomplish its goal. And a budget is simply the receiving, the spending of money or resources by a certain time to reach a certain goal. And a budget is a plan. Highlight that word plan. It's a plan on how the funds or resources will be allocated. Now, when you look at budgeting, there are two main types of budgeting. Now, there's income and expense categories for every budget. And the budget helps to manage those income and expense items. Now, these on this sheet, on this portion of the PowerPoint, are the roles and the functions of budgeting. And you can read about this in more detail in your text. Now, budgeting in all aspects is to be very thoughtful, very inclusive, to link it to all your planning and processes. And budgeting is ongoing, meaning it doesn't stop. So even though a budgeting cycle may stop, budgeting in of itself does not. Now, there are two types of budgets. There's a major budget and then there's a minor budget. Those listed here are major budgets. In your text, you'll see description of each of these major budgets and what role they play in a given firm. Now, here are what you see as, or what I would classify as, minor budgets. They're subcategories. So they're smaller budgets within a larger whole. This is important. There's 6 steps to the budgeting process that the book outlines. In my opinion, there are more than 6 steps, but these are the steps that I want you to really pay attention to and hone in on for studying for exams. Now, there's a such thing as bottom up and then top down budgeting. As you see, bottom up budgeting elicits more participation. It allows lower level leaders to have a voice when it comes to budgeting. Now, top down budgeting usually comes from senior level leadership, where they determine the budget, they determine your goals, and is given. I know most of us would probably rather have totally bottom-up budgeting. But in my opinion, and your author's opinion, a combination of them both are probably going to be most appropriate. And you'll see them used in large organizations a lot. Now, these are some important budgeting points that I want you to pay attention to. And then chapter 1 wrap up. Your budgets are very good planning tools. They should be used to coordinate and integrate systems and processes across the board, and your budgets should reflect what the priorities of the firm are. Managers should not be motivated to spend the entire budget. There to be great assets. Your budgets are assets in any organization, and you shouldn't be motivated to spend your assets, even though you may have pressure to do so. And then you don't want your budget to contradict any plan that the firm has. So it doesn't want to go against the mission or the vision or any goals that your firm is trying to accomplish. And then you never cut budgets across the board. And I want you to answer that question. Why?